already. So just say your names.
Yeah.
Do I
Ready?
go first?
Mhm.
Do I go first?
Yeah, it does, man. Ready?
Mhm.
My name is Riley Hines, and this is the audience for my speech today.
My name is Haley Young.
I'm Diego. Andrew.
Brandon.
Walston.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about a special foundation that's made an impact on my lives and impacts many different kids around the nation. We're going to be talking about the Cast for Kids Foundation. So we have a rapidly growing problem that needs to be resolved quickly. Too many kids are either unable or choose not to spend time outside, disabled children especially. Many kids are never introduced to recreational activities in the outdoors, and this is highly due to technology today. So many kids spend all their recreational time indoors on technology, and they never get introduced to things they can do outdoors for fun. So the purpose of this speech is to persuade you to volunteer and or donate to the Cast for Kids Foundation, a foundation that allows special needs kids to gather at certain dates and at certain lakes, and volunteers come and take these kids fishing, allow them to eat, and they make an event out of it and get these kids introduced to the outdoors. And I'm credible to speak on this topic because I've been a part of one of these events a few months ago, and I've done quite a bit of research putting together this speech. So, in this speech, I will describe the needs of our community, the solution to these needs, how you can help, and what will happen if you don't. Now, let's discuss some needs that are vital to getting kids outdoors. There are fewer kids playing outside now than possibly ever in history. According to ColoradoSun.com, while the Outdoor Foundation's 2019 Outdoor Participation Report showed that a little more than half of Americans went outside for recreation at least once in 2018, nearly half did not go outside for recreation at all. The idea that half of kids did not play outside all year is extremely alarming, and the only thing that can be to blame is the more and more abundance of technology. When kids fail to spend time outdoors, they miss out on important life skills that can only be learned in the outdoors. So next, we need to teach these kids valuable skills that can only be learned in the outdoors. So many important and valuable skills are available to be learned in the outdoors. Things like interacting with wildlife and fishing are just a few examples. There are also many life lessons the outdoors can teach kids that can pave the way to a successful life. According to the Outdoor Fam Fun website, kids learn problem solving, preparation, how to stay active, and how to find healthy outlets from nature. It can be more difficult for kids with disabilities to get outside because they may have to take special precautions. Depending on if it's a mental disability, a physical disability, that just adds a whole nother variable to getting them outdoors. It just makes it more and more difficult. So they need a place that they can go to feel involved and feel like they're a part of something, and just to get them outdoors. Okay, also we need to involve special needs kids in the outdoors and the community. Special needs kids often have a tough time just getting through everyday activities. Sometimes they have trouble socially, sometimes physically, mentally. So we need a way to make these kids feel more comfortable and find that good outlet in the outdoors with something they can go do in their free time. MarkTheirWords.com states, for many children with special needs, days can be incredibly limiting with rules governing every aspect of time. Being outdoors allows them to think more freely and direct their play in ways of their own choosing. So the best way you can combat these issues is to volunteer or donate to the Cast for Kids events. You are helping to give kids a special opportunity to make memories in the outdoors that they would not otherwise have. Speaking from experience, you will not regret volunteering your time at these events. I was truly inspired by watching these brave kids step outside of their comfort zone and try something new. The smiles on their faces after catching their first fish or while riding in the boat were amazing. An event coordinator at one of these events recently quoted, absolutely the most rewarding endeavor I have ever undertaken, describing the reward he felt after volunteering at a cast event. So your plan of action if you want to make a difference and solve some of these issues. To volunteer and or donate, you can go to the castforkids.networkforgood.com, then click the red donate button in the top right corner, and then fill out the necessary info that follows. And to volunteer, on the same website, under the Programs tab, select Volunteer, and then follow the steps provided to get you lined up with your next local event. So imagine these children that will not get a chance to join an event because of a lack of funds or volunteers if you decide not to make a difference and volunteer your time or money. These events are run fully by volunteers, and without these volunteers, these events wouldn't be possible. So the more volunteers, the more kids get the benefit of being there. Volunteering at your next cast event will help you to change lives. Just giving these kids a break from their day-to-day lives can make all the difference in the world. So the purpose of the speech was to convince you to volunteer and or donate to a Cast for Kids event. So get out there and donate now. Make a difference now. Don't put it off or you'll never do it. And get out there and do what you can. So once again, this was the audience for my speech today.
Haley.
Diego, Andrew, Brandon.
And Austin.
Thanks again.
Riley. I don't know how you don't laugh.